What the hell is actually going on? What do you mean I can't keep male friends when I know we're not even married? He opened his mouth. She raised an eyebrow. He closed it. The silence between them was not the comfortable kind. Not the silence of two people who had run out of things to say. "Do I have female friends?" he finally repeated, his voice careful, measured. "Yes, but that's different, Bella." She tilted her head. "How? How is it different, Daniel?" He straightened in his chair. "Because I'm not the one receiving calls at midnight from those friends. I'm not the one laughing with them in that particular way that makes my partner feel like a stranger in their own relationship." Bella's expression shifted, barely, almost imperceptibly. "It's not about the friendship, Bella," he said, his voice dropping. "You know that. You know it's not about friendship. Before you met me, I had a lot of male friends. You know, I'm the only girl among 5 brothers, and..." Daniel sighed with disbelief. "Bella, it seems you don't get me. I didn't stop or trying to get you off not having male friends, but all I'm asking is making boundaries. For cry out loud, you're my girlfriend. Yeah, it is true, I'm not married to you, but..." Bella turned to the window. "Daniel, if you're not ready to take me for who I am, then let's end this thing called relationship. Why can't you see that I'm a girl and a lot of guys will be attracted to me?" Daniel couldn't believe what he heard. "So who was that guy you were laughing and giggling with on the phone last night?"
Here comes the question again. "Fine, if you want to know. His name is Chike," she said quietly. "He was my best friend in university. He was there when my father died. He sat outside that hospital for 6 hours with me." She paused. "He is not a threat to you, Daniel. He is a part of my history, and I will not cut off pieces of myself to fit into the shape of what makes you comfortable." Daniel was quiet for a long time. Then, softly, "I know who Chike is." Bella turned from the window. "Then, who were you actually talking about?" she asked. He met her eyes, and in the space between them, charged, honest, a little frightening, the real conversation finally began. "Emeka from your office," Daniel said. "The one who drops you home when your shift runs late. The one who sends you voice notes. The one whose name makes you smile before you've even finished reading his message." Daniel said it like a confession, quietly, without drama. The way a person admits something they've been carrying alone for long enough that it has started to feel heavy. Bella opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. "Daniel..." "Don't," he said, not unkindly. "Don't tell me I'm imagining it. I'm not a fool, Bella. I have never been a fool." She was quiet. Then she said, "Emeka and I are close," she said at last. "Closer than I perhaps made clear to you. And I think..." She exhaled. "I think I didn't tell you everything because I knew you'd react like this, and I convinced myself that it was your problem. But that was not entirely fair." Daniel looked up. "And Emeka?" he asked carefully. "What does Emeka feel?" Bella couldn't look Daniel. "He has said things," she admitted. "Once. I shut it down. I told him clearly where the line was, and I meant it. But I also didn't stop being his friend. And maybe I should have created more distance, give you more reason to feel secure." Daniel stood up.
He walked to the window where she had stood minutes before. He looked out at the same city, the same indifferent lights. "The dowry," he said quietly. "I know I haven't paid it yet. I know you could throw that in my face every time I try to say something about our relationship. And I know it stings because it's technically true." He turned. "But Bella, I love you. Not as a transaction, not as something I'm buying in installments. I love you like a man who intends to spend his life with you, and that has to count for something, even before the ceremonies." She looked at him for a long time.
They did not resolve everything that night. Before he left, he stood at her door for a moment. He didn't reach for her. He simply looked at her the way a man looks at something he is afraid of losing and has only just understood the weight of. "I'll do better," he said, "with the trust, with how I speak to you about things that worry me. I don't want to be a man who makes you feel caged." Bella leaned against the wall. "And I'll be clearer," she said, "about what is friendship and what is a boundary I've allowed to blur. Not because you own me, because I want us to work."
He nodded once. Then he left. She closed the door and stood in the quiet of her apartment. She pressed her back to the wood and breathed. Long, slow. The kind of breath that follows the end of something that has taken everything out of you. In the days that followed, something between them recalibrated. It was not dramatic. There was no grand gesture, no roses delivered to her office, no speech. Instead, it was smaller things. The way Daniel asked before he voiced a concern, rather than leading with accusation. The way Bella began to volunteer information, small pieces of her day, so that he never had to wonder. Emeka was told, calmly and without cruelty, that Bella needed space. He understood. Some friendships are mature enough to survive recalibration. Theirs, it turned out, was one of them. The dowry was paid 4 months later, on a bright Saturday that smelled of pepper soup and new fabric, and the particular happiness of families agreeing to become one. Bella wore white and gold. Her mother cried. Daniel's mother cried louder. At the end of the evening, when the guests had thinned and the music had softened, Daniel found Bella standing alone near the garden fence, shoes off, a glass of juice in one hand.
"Do you remember what you said to me that night?" he asked, coming to stand beside her. "Which part?" "The part about not telling you how to live your life." She smiled, the kind of smile that has history in it. "I meant every word." "I know," he said. "That's why I married you." She laughed, real and warm and unguarded. And he laughed too. And for a moment, standing in the garden as the night settled gently around them, neither of them looked like people who had almost broken something irreplaceable. They looked, instead, like two people who had chosen each other. Not perfectly, not without difficulty, but deliberately, fully, with their eyes wide open.